the new G-Line commuter rail coming to Arvada, the A-Line shuttle service used by many Arvadans to travel to Denver International Airport will end. This is due largely to the loss of a subsidy, which would drive up the costs of a shuttle ticket substantially. The G-Line commuter rail will provide connecting service to Denver International Airport. The ending date of the A-Line shuttle hasn't been determined, but it will operate through the month of October at minimum. If you have questions about that or need a refund for unused tickets, please call 303-420-2589. To learn how to use the new commuter rail system to travel to DIA, check out this brief video. The new G-Line commuter rail system provides an alternative to Arvada travelers heading to Denver International Airport. Travelers can take the G-Line to Union Station in Denver and then transfer to the A-Line, which goes to DIA. Passengers with baggage or concerns about stairs will be glad to know that the entire route can be accomplished on one level, or with escalators, elevators, or ramps. The commuter rail cars provide level boarding surfaces at all doors of the train. To begin, board the G-Line at any of the 7 stations along its 11-mile route. 3 of the stations are in Arvada. They include the Arvada Ridge Station at 52nd and Kipling, the Old Town Arvada Station at Grandview and Vance Street, and the Arvada Gold Strike Station at 60th and Sheridan. When boarding, any luggage you are carrying should be placed in the vertical luggage racks or in the overhead bins. Strollers and car seats should also be placed in these areas. Luggage, strollers, and car seats must not block aisles, doors, or emergency exits. The ride to Union Station takes approximately 20 minutes from the Old Town Arvada Station. At Union Station, multiple tracks serve trains coming and going from different parts of the metro area. The G-Line from Arvada will arrive on track 7. From here, follow the signs that say Airport or University of Colorado A-Line. It is a very short, level, and safe walk from track to track. Currently, the A-Line departs from track 1 or 2. The ride from Union Station to the airport takes approximately 37 minutes. Upon arrival at DIA, after collecting your luggage, you will be exiting the train at a point that is within a short walk to an escalator or elevator, which will take you directly to level 5, the security level of the terminal. The entire trip is anticipated by RTD to take about 1 hour 10 minutes or longer, depending on the waiting time for trains. Travelers with scheduled flights will want to allow extra time, just as with any mode of transportation, and also take into consideration the time of day they are traveling. Trains run every 15 minutes during peak hours. Those are from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. every day of the week. Trains run every 30 minutes during non-peak hours. Those include 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. every day of the week. Information about holiday schedules is available at RTD's website, rtd-denver.com. The fare for the G-Line is $2.60. However, if your destination is the airport, then your total fare is $9 from anywhere on the RTD rail system. A 50% discount is available for seniors, persons with disabilities, and children ages 6 to 19. Children age 5 and under ride free. Tickets can be purchased at vending machines located at every rail station using cash, credit card, or debit card. Travelers may also purchase a monthly pass, day pass, or ticket books online at rtd-denver.com or at RTD retail outlets or participating grocery stores. If you're parking a vehicle at a park and ride, check with RTD or the City of Arvada for current parking rates and policies. If you have additional questions about traveling by train on the RTD rail system, including how it connects to other parts of the metro area or bus lines, go online to rtd-denver.com.
we have a couple extra tables, maybe just set them out here.
The event here in Arvada today is the Day of Service. This is in conjunction with the Day of Service that was enacted by Congress after 9/11.
Here's a flashlight. Thank you so much for being here. This is your card. This is going to tell you what project you're on.
And we use the park as a central base location because there was things that need to be done up there.
You guys are on Team 8. Okay. So this is project manager.
When you need something, talk to your project manager. Your project manager then will talk to your site manager. Here's the deal. You guys are being a tool for your community right now. You're going to be used. And this is awesome. 1, 2, 3.
I'm a tool!
Neighborhood Rehab Project is the name of the organization. Golden was the first city to do it over the last 6 years, and this is our first year in Arvada. The Neighborhood Rehab Project's main goal is to make sure that people's houses are safe, warm, and dry.
They basically have served as our mentors in putting together the Day of Service. So we're basically trying to develop our own capacity to do this ourselves in future years. We have a lot of projects that are needed in the city, both homes in need of repair and repainting, older parks that need improvements. So it's really just a matter of trying to kind of put those projects together with the people in the community that want to volunteer. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff in the park today. So we're planting 12 new trees.
There we go.
We're putting down mulch in and around the playground area, doing a bunch of pruning of shrubs and small trees. We're painting the basketball post and backboards, and then we're also painting 350 feet of fence along the south side of the park.
Push it in and get areas where we can't get, okay? Start far side and come over slowly. Right. And we can kind of leapfrog. Rollers first. On your little group of people that you're with, have someone rolling and someone coming in and just filling it in as we go, not afterward.
They're actually going pretty well. We've got many hands making light work, and I think it looks great so far.
So we get a lot of individuals, we get a lot of families, but this year we had a lot of groups as well. There were groups from different religious organizations, through different businesses. It's a really wide spectrum of folks that came and helped today.
I am not surprised by the turnout today at all. I think this is what Arvada does.
Next to the park on the east side is Park Terrace Apartments, and they had a small playground that needed some attention.
I have the kids out here painting, and they laid new mulch and put up new benches.
Okay, come back this way now and try to do the bottom. You're doing so good. Come back more.
My mom said that once it starts to get new, that maybe we could come over here and start playing.
I just felt like it's something that needed to be done, and it also shows Alexia, to do good things in the community.
The kids need a better playground to play on, and I thought this would be a great way to volunteer and help out.
Majority of them here are the residents that actually live here. And we told them what the city was doing, and didn't even have to ask. They are doing a wonderful job. The kids love to paint. And the adults too, it seems like.
The other one is that's off-site from the park is Colorado Homeless Families. They have a lot of small residences where folks go and stay as they're getting back on their feet, and they had a bunch of decks that were falling down, so we completely rebuilt 2 decks today, and then we will get back to those decks as our monthly project to get them all built. The residents who we're at now, Vicky's and Judy's, who are right down the street, they were part of the canvassing thing where we put things on people's doors and whatnot and said, hey, if you need some help, let us know. So that's how we found these 2 projects.
Well, we signed up through our church, Faith Bible Chapel in Arvada, and thought it was a really great opportunity to get out there and help and make a little bit of a difference today.
We're in the process of doing some, I would guess you would call it routine maintenance on this tank.
Good morning, good morning.
The name of the tank is Hackberry Tank.
We have gloves right there.
It's located approximately 72nd and Teller. When they built this tank back in the early 60s, they installed tennis courts on top. So people come up here, they do recreation, the kids will skateboard. They don't understand that this is an integral part of our water distribution system.
Just look forward, don't look down.
The last time we had to take this tank fully out of service was about 3 decades ago. With this tank down, we especially wanted the younger guys that are working in our water operations division to see the inside of this tank. So along with that, we opened it up to some of the other departments and divisions who don't really know what we do. I think it gives them a better appreciation of the efforts it takes to provide good, clean, potable water to our customers. When you're down in it, it looks much larger than when you're standing on top of it.
With the way the tank was designed, inlet on that side, outlet on that side, I get the swirl and I get a lot of movement in here. I don't have any water quality issues.
It's a 10 million gallon storage tank. It is about 28 feet in depth, the water depth. This serves zone 2, which is our red zone. This is the lower red zone. And we'll bring divers in every 6 to 8 years and they will wet vac the bottom of the tank and remove the sediment. No matter how well you treat the water, you do get microscopic sediment that flows through. And these tanks are designed, the water moves through them very slowly, so that any particles that remain after the treatment process drop out in the bottom of the tank. When the divers went down in 2014, they found that some of the caulking on the floor had begun to pull up, for lack of a better term. And at that point we thought, we hadn't been in this tank in decades for comprehensive inspection, and it was time to do that now. In order to take the tank out of service, there's 10 million gallons of water, and we did not want to waste it all. So what we did is we have pressure reducing valves throughout the system. So the pressure reducing valves that feed the red zone and the large line that feeds this tank were taken down in pressure. That allowed the water to go out of the tank to our customers. We got to a level of 7 or 8 feet, and at that point we shut the outlet valve off. We returned the pressure reducing valves to their normal setting so our customers wouldn't notice a pressure difference. And we drained the rest of the water from the tank. Now, when you take water to waste, we account for it. But the other thing you have to do is you have to dechlorinate it because you don't want to harm any of the stormwater or downstream waterways from this tank. So we're very careful maintaining that water quality as well for the environment. The large pipes that take the water away from this tank were put in at the same time the tank was in the early 60s. So we went ahead, it sits on top of a hill. You don't want to leak on a hill because it runs downhill, causes a lot of erosion. So we're also updating all of the large transmission line pipes, 24-inch, some 12-inch pipe. The tank is concrete. It's in remarkably good shape for being 50 years old. We're going to remove some valves that were installed 50 years ago that are no longer operational. We're going to re-caulk the floor. And then when we're done, we will disinfect the tank. We'll fill the tank up. We will do water tests to make sure that the water is safe to put back into the system for our customers and hopefully not be back in here for a few more decades.